Get this fucking shit off! Turn off! Why wouldn't you turn off? Fuck off. Bastards. Hey everyone, it's the Flying Pig on Flying Pig United. Absolutely gash-tastic Manchester United have just lost to Chelsea in the FA Cup final at Wembley. For fuck's sake, what a bunch of bottle jobs. Did you see that first half performance? You're in the fucking FA Cup final, lads. Why are we playing like that? You know, so tepid and pathetic. Second half we played good, I have to say. I thought we did put in a good performance. But that first half performance, you're coming out at Wembley Stadium for fuck's sake, lads. Jose, why are we set up like that, so fucking negative all the time? We know what Chelsea are going to do. Conte's side just going to fucking defend and get the ball to Hazard any opportunity they can. Yeah, nice one, twat. But, I mean, it's just sickening, isn't it, to lose it like that. First half is where the damage was done. They got the goal. We barely had an opportunity. We had one nice move just before half-time. And other than that, it was absolutely gash-tastic. You know, Rashford, freaking Gashford today. You know, fair play to him. He tried. Second half, he was much better. But first half, it was like we didn't have anybody there. Lukaku, a freaking one-legged, peg-legged Lukaku would have been nicer in that first half. So yeah, I'm just a little bit pissed off about it, lads and lasses. It was so annoying to lose to Chelsea in any game, let alone the FA Cup final here. A chance for Manchester United to cap off our slightly disappointing season with a bit of silverware, win the biggest domestic cup available in world football. But no, we had to go and shit it away. And you know what, I have to say, okay, second half we've rallied. Half-time we've rallied. Jose Mourinho's obviously changed things up at half-time because we were a completely different side coming out onto the park. Second half, we passed it around nicely. We pressured Chelsea constantly for that last 45 minutes of the game. And second half, we were actually trying to go for it. We were a Manchester United side in the FA Cup final playing like we're trying to win the fucking game, which was nice. So, you know, but just not good enough to get the job done today. The few chances we did create, we were wasteful with our opportunities, couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. Rashford was like Bambi on ice. And it was just very frustrating to watch because, you know, Chelsea didn't really do jack shit in that game. You know, fair play, nice one, Chelsea, the FA Cup champions. Yeah, bollocks! You're gash-tastic, you're a shit team! Conte's freaking leaving after this, you know. Instead of getting sacked tomorrow, he's going to get sacked in a couple of days now. Going to have a little victory parade, and then you're gone, Conte! So, you know, they've not had a good season this season, yet they still managed to beat Manchester United in the FA Cup final. Absolutely freaking piss poor, I must say. I mean, I'm sorry, there's lots of people beforehand slating Jose Mourinho about his negative football. And I've always been like, just back the manager, you know, back the manager because he's a top quality manager. He's one of the best managers in world football. You might not like the style of football that he plays, but he gets results. Well, he hasn't got the fucking result today. And that first half performance is to blame, in my opinion. It was so shit from Manchester United. I mean, second half was great, I have to say, but, you know, the damage was done then. So, yeah, I mean, it's another year goes by now without silver. I say another year, I mean, we did win 3 shitty trophies last year, but still, the trophies. Another year goes by, though, with a bit more disappointment. This time, Jose Mourinho is the manager at the helm. Couldn't successfully guide us to FA Cup glory. We finished second in the league, miles behind Manchester City, who I think have actually made us look bad just with how good they've been. They have been much better than everybody else, including ourselves. But our last opportunity now to win a game, and just one game against Chelsea, who, let's face it, this is probably the worst Chelsea side for a good few years. You know, last season under Conte, they were great, weren't they? But this season, they've been so hit and miss, so inconsistent, look like a bunch of prima donna wankers out there game in, game out, not really giving a shit out there on the pitch. They gave a shit today, though. And you can see what it meant to Antonio Conte as well. I mean, I was joking saying he probably is leaving the club any day now. It's not worked out for him. I can't imagine Roman Abramovich keeping the faith in him and keeping him around. So I think this was Conte's farewell. Unfortunately, it's Chelsea getting the better of Manchester United again. It's Conte getting the better of Mourinho, and this would have really hurt Mourinho, because obviously we all know how it ended with Chelsea. He's a Chelsea man. It all ended in tears for him there. They got rid of him. He lost the dressing room, all that garbage. And he would have absolutely just loved to have beat Chelsea today in the FA Cup final. Unfortunately, we just couldn't do it. Why do you think it is, lads and lasses, though? Why do you think it is? Is it because we just don't have the quality? We just don't have the clinical players out there? I mean, I think Lukaku was a big loss today because he does give us a big presence up there. And if you get a Lukaku who is really on form and is really up for it, he can be so dangerous with his hold-up play and just goal threat, and we sort of lacked that today. The goal threat, we did create some things, especially in the second half, but the goal threat wasn't there. We just didn't have like a real top quality poacher, striker or anything just hanging about there. You know, Alexis Sanchez just had a very mixed game today, didn't really create an awful lot, didn't really have many opportunities to cap off any moves from Manchester United. I mean, I must say at times we played some lovely football. There were some great moves from Manchester United, lovely counter-attacks, lovely sweeping, quick counter-attacks, and some nice play in there. So it's not all negative, but the fact of the matter is we've lost to those shitbags Chelsea, and it's down to not having a freaking good enough team performance. Let me talk about freaking Phil Jones, man. Phil Jones, you've had an absolute double day there in that first half, pal. What the fuck are you doing? You know, he's given away the penalty, of course. Hazard slotted it away. It was reckless from Phil Jones. He's an absolute nightmare. Sort your fucking life out, to be honest, Phil. But he tried and tried after that to make amends. He very nearly did so. He did put in some great tackles, and also, created a couple of opportunities for United after that. But it's just another error that's cost us at the end of the day, because I didn't see really Chelsea creating an awful lot other than that penalty and that goal scoring opportunity from Eden Hazard, where Phil Jones has brought him down. They didn't really create that much. I mean, second half they did have Eden Hazard away down that left-hand side quite a few times, from long balls over the top when we've just had an attack breakdown and they're trying to counter-attack. But other than that, they got the lead, which was fortunate for them in my opinion. It was a defender error from Phil Jones. Great bit of play by Hazard, but at the end of the day, if Phil Jones just makes that tackle, if his foot lands a couple of inches close to the fucking ball, then it's going out, and it would have been a good tackle there, but unfortunately it didn't, and Phil Jones has got to take a little bit of the credit for why we've lost this game today, because it is a defensive error from him. Is it an error by Jose Mourinho not starting Eric Bailly? I see him thinking about bringing him on in the second half. I mean, I personally think Bailly's the best centre-back we got, so why wouldn't you have him in the game there? But he obviously fancied Phil Jones and Smalling. I thought Smalling's done a good job today, actually. Other than that error that we've made, you can't really say Chelsea dominated and battered us and outplayed us or anything like that. No, it was quite the opposite, especially second half. First half they did outplay us. We were shit first half. It was so bad. But even though we were so bad, Chelsea never really created that many chances. They didn't get too far ahead of us. They just had that penalty, of course, which got them the goal. Second half, we've dominated them, basically. We've battered them. We've created chance after chance after chance. And Chelsea have had a few chances on the counter, of course, as you would expect, because we're going for it. We're leaving ourselves open at the back to some extent. And they are going to have chances, and they did have chances, and De Gea's had to make a couple of great saves. But let's not forget, Courtois has had to make some unbelievable saves as well at the other end of the pitch. We could have easily had the ball in the back of the net if not for an unbelievable Courtois save, which then Sanchez has put into the back of the net and had it ruled out for being offside. It just didn't go our way today. I think over the 90 minutes, I know this is going to sound a bit biased, but over the 90 minutes, I think we were 100% the better side. Fair play to Chelsea. They got the lead from a penalty there, and they've defended really, really well, as you would expect them to do. But I think we were the better side over the 90 minutes. We created more. We attacked more. We looked bang up for it in that second half. But still, the first half performance is what's let us down. It was so tepid. You cannot play an FA Cup final for 45 minutes like that, because it was so tepid. We barely created anything, and it just allowed Chelsea the impetus to freaking go on and get that goal, which they did in the end. I mean, I think Hazard maybe was one of the differences today for them, because anytime he got the ball, he's very dangerous with his dribbling, and he did do our defenders on a couple of occasions, a la that Phil Jones incident, and we didn't really have the same player on the other side of the pitch for us doing that. I didn't think Rashford played very good. Alexis Sanchez is supposed to be doing that sort of role as well, and Percy didn't really have a very joyous game today, I don't think. And we didn't really have that play. Martial's come on second near the end of the game, the second half, and it's been very lackluster. He's always dangerous when he's got the ball at his feet, Martial, but he couldn't really take a defender on. He couldn't really get a meaningful end product into the box. Anytime he did get a cross in, it was just over the bar or a bit shit. So very frustrating from Manchester United's point of view to lose out to Chelsea in the FA Cup final. That's basically how we're going to leave it. We probably deserve to get something out of the game. I wanted to see a bit more of that FA Cup final. I think if that had gone on longer, we may have got the better of them, because it was going that way. Football's a game of two halves. They've won the first half. We've definitely won the second half, but we haven't actually numerically won the fucking second half with a goal. Bollocks, which is what's freaking cost us today. Anyway, to everybody who's tuning in live right now to this live stream. If you're a Chelsea fan, fucking go on, pal. Nobody wants you around here. If you're a United fan, share in the misery, share in the stress and the frustration. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Do us a favour, actually, if you're tuning in live to the stream, chuck a like on this video. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. And let's just have a look at some of your guys' comments. Alex Rudd has just told me to check out some super chats that have been sent in. Thank you to anybody who has sent a super chat in to support the channel and get your thoughts in. I can see one here from Alex Rudd. Thank you, Alex, very much. He says, Sanchez is shot. Sanchez is shit. Calm down, pal. Do you know what, though, Alex? I was looking to see a lot more from Alexis Sanchez in a FA Cup final. That's why we bought him, to be a fucking match winner for us, isn't it, Alex? That's why we bought Sanchez, to be a match winner, to be the difference maker. No, it was Eden on the other side of the pitch that did it tonight. He just wasn't good enough, was he, Alexis Sanchez? As he really hasn't been for most of the time since he's been here at Manchester United. You know, he's Arsenal star player, always amazing over there, and a shitter team comes over to United and unfortunately cannot replicate that class form that we've seen over the years. But he has shown it, you know, the odd game here and there, and we know he's got it in his locker. Hopefully this is just like a change in his career here, change of clubs. He was at Arsenal at a long time. Yes, he's not moved countries. He's still playing in the same league against the same teams, but he's in a new team, different tactics, different manager, different training ground. All this stuff adds up. Maybe he needs a little bit of time just to settle in there, you know? Maybe, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. Just, you know, if we'd had Alexis Sanchez at his absolute best, you know, playing full freaking throttle at his pump, then maybe, just maybe, he would have been the difference maker for us tonight, but we didn't have that Alexis Sanchez. We had some muggy little Alexis Sanchez, who probably should be playing for the Dog and Duck. That's who we had today. Robert Ingram with a super chat saying, gutted pig, just gutted, I know, mate, sharing the pain. It's a disgusting way to end the season for us. Disgusting. I would have taken FA Cup and second to one of the best Premier League sides in City in the league. I'd have taken second and the FA Cup. I'd have snapped your freaking hand off for it. But finishing second with no silverware, Chelsea have got the silverware. You know, Liverpool in the Champions League final. I think we've had the fourth best season now in the Premier League. You know, Spurs are slightly shitter. We've finished second in the league, which is, okay, that's great, with the second best team over 38 games in the Premier League. That's fantastic. But in terms of achievement, in terms of actually anything meaningful, we haven't got any silverware. So we are fourth, in my opinion, of the teams that have performed this season. And that's not freaking good enough, is it, Jose? No. Although we did get us to the final in the first place, we've just been done by Chelsea in there. It happens, you know. Football is a very cruel mistress, and sometimes it just goes that way for you. Robbie Rear says, Joe, you're going to cry, mate. Oh, mate, I think I might actually cry in a minute. I might actually cry, so stick around for that. Let's see if I can find a couple more super chats here. Alex Rincon in the house. Another Alex. How's it going, Alex? He says, I'm fucking livid. Calm down, Timothy. Language. He says, piss off, Phil Jones. I hope you're sold this summer. I think that's a sentiment that lots of United fans would echo, actually. Me, personally, I think he's a good enough player to have him around in the squad. He's useful. He's reasonably versatile. But yeah, in terms of starting 11 quality, in terms of having that Vidic and Ferdinand in your side, to have some sort of world-class centre-back partnership, he's nowhere fucking good enough, is he? He's just not. You know, you can see that FA Cup final, what does he do? He melts like a snow cone in freaking Arizona. He's bottle-jobbed it tonight. Absolutely bottle-jobbed it. All he's got to do is just not really put a foot wrong, defend well for 90 minutes. Can't do that, no, because he's got too many errors in his game. He's not consistent enough. He's got too many errors in his game. And no, personally, I think he should be a defensive midfielder, where he's not really given the necessary responsibility to be that last man stopping the freaking play from the opposition, because I don't think he's capable of making those snap judgments quick enough or well enough to warrant being centre-back for Manchester United. No, you're not, Phil Jones. So yeah, I hear you on that one, Alex Rincon. Thank you very much for the super chat there, pal. Right, I'm just going to wrap this video up because I've got low battery on my device here with a couple of little other questions that you guys may be popping in here. Gungshi, how's it going with a super chat, pal? Much appreciated. He says we are too slow and timid in the final third, passing the ball sideways and back. No ideas, depressing. Oh, tell me about it, Gungshi. It was literally Louis van Gaal sidey crab football again at sometimes, but you know, it's not quite as bad as those days, is it? But still, FA Cup final. Louis van Gaal, what is FA Cup final? You've got to say that the movement wasn't good enough from the lads in the final third. Neither was the quality of the balls coming from any of the players. You know, Paul Pogba's had a very mixed game today. Should be threading more balls through. But then, where are the runners? Where are these runs? It's just so frustrating for us at the moment. I don't think we had the right team selection out there. I think Lukaku would have definitely given us more of a presence up front there, but it's easy to say that in hindsight. But yeah, absolutely, like we have been all season, Gongchi, way too timid in the final third. Not enough intent, not enough directness, not enough intensity, not enough pace, tempo, passion, not enough of anything from Manchester United today. Thank you very much, Gongchi. The phone battery is actually going to die now, lads and lasses, so I've got to go, unfortunately. I didn't really think this one through. I've had a fucking double day there, just like Manchester United had today, losing to that twat freaking Transylvanian freaking vampire wannabe Antonio Conte's side today in the FA Cup 1-0. We've been done, outclassed, have we? No, we haven't, though. That's the thing, we haven't been outclassed. We've just been unfortunate, I think, today. Phil Jones has had a fucking catastrophic freaking error and given us the 1-0 lead to chase from Chelsea, and then we've just had a complete melter of the first half. Second half we were way better, but just couldn't find the back of the net. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. To everybody who has tuned in and commented, apologies if I have not read any of your comments out. Do us a favour though, I will respond to everybody who comments after this video has been published to YouTube. Wait a couple of minutes, come back, wait until this video has been published, get your thoughts and comments in so they stick around permanently. I will respond to them, so will everybody else. It's just a day of frustration for a Manchester United fan here. We could have ended the season right, we'd have been loving it now. In the summer, FA Cup champions, just got the World Cup to look forward to, no. But we've had to go and piss it all away with that shitty first half performance against Chelsea today. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Where did it all go wrong for Manchester United and Jose's team? Let me know. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions, guys. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment. You can follow